I'm wearing a crown, so I'm the queen. Coming up on the Fraudcast.
You are now tuned into the Fraudcast, the Deep Dish 90-day podcast. Put them to diamonds so you don't have to. Addressing the mess behind the eye do's. You are now tuned into the. You are now tuned into the. You are now tuned into the Fraudcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Fraudcast. We're very happy you can join us today. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we are a spoiler and analysis show focused on the 90-day Fiance multiverse. This means that we spill the tea on all the fraud, and we debate opinions about what's going on. All sides are looked at and no stone is left unturned. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe so you don't miss an episode drop. And also, please consider leaving us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. These reviews really help grow the show. And now, welcome to Hanekawa.
Welcome to me. Oh, is it my show now?
Welcome.
Hey, y'all.
It's as much your show as it is mine.
You know, I can't keep up with the things I'm doing nowadays.
Just sit you in front of a microphone and see what happens.
You get to the point where you're like, I just show up, and that's been my week. I'm here, right?
Right. Well, you for your work stuff, you're on camera a lot all day for your meetings and stuff.
Yep.
So this is yeah.
This is my break. I'm on camera all the time, and my extra, I'll say, curricular activities. So the streaming stuff, it's a lot of on time. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I have my schedule, and I just show up and try to tune my brain to the right channel, so
right?
I can get the right reception.
Yeah. My work, thankfully, is a little bit different. It's a lot of individual work. There's discussion. I meet with people in my office to discuss cases and stuff, but it's a lot of review and writing on my own. So, which is,
Right. We have that too. It's just, how government can be, where
Yep.
Someone gets an idea, it turns into a 1-hour meeting, which turns into more 1-hour follow-up meetings, and there you go. We now have a scheduled bi-weekly or monthly meeting on top of all the other ones. So,
yeah, we definitely have those, but for the most part, no. So I'm glad that mine is the way that it is.
That's definitely why I leaned into watching more trash TV, because, and Netflix has kind of given us some stuff lately. Yeah,
my office, we often have discussions about reality TV. A lot of us watch trashy reality TV, and 90 Day is amongst those, because I think, we're on all day. We're doing, high-powered brain stuff all day. It's really nice in the evening to just turn it to trash,
Right. I like well-produced trash. 90 Day Fiance is production even, or quality of video, has gone a long way. So it's almost like Bravo level now. Bravo was ahead when it came to their quality of trash, and TLC is catching up. So
what has Netflix given us lately?
I actually finished watching some of the Indian Matchmaker.
Okay, that was good.
This isn't really reality, but I've been diving into documentaries.
My favorite.
There is one series, and I can't remember the name of it. It was about health, and it has different topics like tantric sex, selling breast milk to bodybuilders, essential oils. It's like a six-part.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what is that?
Right, I have to think about it now. Great.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to find it. I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 episodes, or I have it on my to watch list.
You should definitely watch it. It's 6 episodes, but it touches some interesting topics. There was a couple points where I was unwell. Yes, there's a couple points where I'm just kind of okay, they're stretching right now. The essential oils was creepy. So I think that's a good one to probably...
Yes, I did. I think I watched maybe the first 2 episodes. But I haven't watched the rest.
Right. It's definitely worth the watch. When I did watch it, I did remember that they probably found the most extreme examples of these different topics. So keep that in mind when you're watching it.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. When I'm not watching 90 Day, I'm watching Netflix documentaries.
I do love me some documentaries, not just Murder, Kill, but other stuff as well. So absolutely. I love watching them. If you guys have good ones that we should watch, let us know. Because, yeah, we need trash. We need all the good trash we can get. This week, you know, it was a slow week.
T-wise, it was kind of slow. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's being posted, but it's kind of like a pass around of stuff that's already been being talked about, you know, follow up. So, you know, in relevance to the actual show, I know that you have a little bit of tea regarding Colt.
We have some, yes.
And that's really all I have sifted in the tea world. Like, there's good bits going on out there, but I know a lot of them have been talked about so much that, like, it's not new tea anymore. It's kind of like it's the iced tea you put in the fridge, and you're still enjoying it, but it's not a new brew.
It's not a new brew. It's not piping hot tea.
It's not piping hot.
You know, that's the thing about this world that we live in the Fraudcast world, right? Like, it comes and goes. It can be like a gusher, or it can be just trickling, you know. I'm hoping to get some more like tell-all tea coming soon. You know, with the other way on hiatus and kind of things are on break, and what's showing isn't like there's not a lot of new stuff. I mean, we did a lot of Colt, Vanessa, Jess stuff already, right? You know, but you know, we do have a little bit of Colt. You know, Devin and Jihoon finally were a little bit quiet this week. A little bit quiet. Right. So tired of that story. But yeah, so there's just not a ton happening in the fraud world. So we'll see. But yeah, so I guess we'll take you inside the episode. This week we have some interesting stuff about Colt. So the big news is Vanessa has never moved out of that house that she lives in there with Colt. So Vanessa she never moved out. She still lives there as of today. So the most recent episode showed Colt explaining that Vanessa has moved out and he's working on himself, quote unquote, right? You know, we saw him jumping around the exercise yard with this friend that I swear has got to be just an actual like producer or production assistant. There's no way that's an actual Colt friend. So he's, you know, trying to be all, okay, I'm not, you know, these women are out of my life and I'm working on myself. And that is not actually true. I mean, he may be working on himself and all that, but Vanessa never actually moved out.
What he means is Vanessa moved out of his room into the guest room again.
Again, yes. You know what? That is probably true because
there's like a seed of truth there, right? Because we know what?
We know that they did date briefly, but they actually dated like after the stuff that aired on the show, right? After that stuff was filmed, they have dated. So that recent video that we talked about a few episodes back. Mm-hmm. That we weren't sure if they were just trolling us or not. That could actually be legit of them when they were dating.
But it wasn't recent.
Oh, right.
So the timeline would have been... That's where it's a little confusing, right? So after they filmed, they dated, which means the timeline was he dated Jess, they crashed and burned, and then he picked up with Vanessa briefly. Mm-hmm. That video could have been taken a long time ago. and then posted now to kind of stir the pot. Because there's no timestamp on the video; it's just been posted. As far as I know, I didn't look too deeply onto it, but
right. I find myself like I haven't really cared about this storyline since we first heard that Colt had a season already filmed and done and in the can like a year ago. We'd heard about this, so we've been hearing about this storyline and that they're going to do all this stuff, but that we're going to see on camera, but we know in real life that they've since broken up and all of these things, right? That we're seeing on the show, we've been hearing about for like a year. So I'm so kind of over this whole thing, but the general public and our listenership and our like followers on social media are not sick of it. So there's a lot of interest about Colt and Vanessa and Jess and this whole storyline. So we'll keep reporting on it. And so I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, there's a whole lot with him. And I think what really confuses or gets people like trying to figure it out is because it's not just Colt, Jess, and Vanessa. We also have Larissa, Eric, and all the people that have been affiliated just kind of grouped into this group of like partner swap, you know, like who's with who was with who was allegedly dating who.
Right. And Jess married the guy that Jess married. She met via Larissa
Carmen, who brought her in and was in a music video with Larissa and Eric. So it's like, okay. As soon as like the everything can be ironed out, it might be good to, you know, do another. I don't know.
Do we need another murder board?
We need another storyboard. But on top of that, there's also questions like even I have the question of the puzzle piece necklace that Colt had commissioned by a jewelry company that kind of looks like the autism puzzle piece. Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought it was at first. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then Vanessa on her Instagram page has like missing puzzle piece on her Instagram, what do you call it? Bio, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, there's a lot of connections trying to be drawn to that. Well, she's wearing a puzzle piece necklace in the picture that he conveniently cropped her out of when he posted his picture. But she posted the whole thing. I'm like, you guys are trolling us. Like, Colt's a troll. We know that.
Yeah.
And all this kind of just smells like they're messing with us. So.
Well, and apparently he's a big old asshole too, which is why Vanessa's not dating him anymore.
Like, did she have to date him to fucking realize that?
I know, right?
She didn't see how many other people he dated and treated to understand that about him.
Yeah, well, these are our sources inside Camp Colt production. So,
Camp Colt sounds like those TikTok houses. What is it? The Hype House. There's the Colt.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh my god!
Some of our listeners will. I promise you.
I imagine they will.
Colt Camp, Hype House, places you do not want to live.
Speaking of our listeners, just a brief administrative point. Our advertising agency wants to know about you, wants to know our listener demographics. So we are going to link a survey in the show notes. If you guys want to and feel so inclined, want to share your demographic information with them, you can go ahead and click on that link.
You mean you want their dater?
Their dater?
No, it's just to give us an idea of who's listening so that we can better reach out to folks in that same demographic that might enjoy the show as well. So we're not asking for any deep data 5G madness, but just a couple things about what you like about the show.
Yes, that it's not heavy, it's not deep, but we don't need to know your blood type or anything. Just to get some general information about who's listening to the show. But anyway, okay, back to Colt, Vanessa, Jess, Larissa, Eric, Carmen.
What else do you have?
What else do I have? Well, we know that Colt lost his job.
Do we know why?
He was laid off. Maybe it was COVID.
I thought it
Maybe
was COVID. Yeah. I mean, that wasn't so juicy, but I think he did say he got laid off because of COVID.
Yeah, no, I think he got another job since then. We saw him on on the quarantine show talking about getting laid off. I think, he had gotten another job since then, which he has since been laid off of.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I know that he's trying his hand at Twitch streaming.
Oh, okay.
So we want to support that endeavor.
Do we? Do we really, though?
I don't know.
Well, if you want to support him, go to his Twitch stream, I guess.
I don't know what it is. Anyways.
I'm sure you can find it. And then the other thing is that a lot of people have talked about Larissa. Why is she still here? I know Agency did a video on it. And he speculated that so Larissa had a deportation date of November, this past November, right? November 2019. And she has not been deported. She's still here in the United States. So the speculation, Agency speculated that she probably filed a VAWA claim, which is a Violence Against Women Act claim. Because while that is pending, so she's claimed that would be a claim that she's a victim of domestic violence. They have to investigate that. And she would have to, they go through that whole thing before she would be deported. She couldn't get a final deportation order while that is still pending. God, where's Agency when we need him to explain all this, right?
I'm sure he'll be back at some time. I guess the biggest question I have is, in the meantime, while she's doing this, because we know she's dating Eric, are we going to see a move of her marrying Eric to then start another process? I guess I'm wondering why that hasn't been, not saying that they should just do it for the green card, but, if there was a sense of urgency or desperateness, are we going to see them take their relationship to that next level?
Well, she can find somebody new to sponsor her during this time. The VAWA claim is going to take years to process because of the way the system is right now. So she's got a little bit of time. There's not like a super desperateness to it. Like she doesn't need to get married by, this coming November or something,
right, or find another place to stay. I mean, because Eric sponsored her in other ways, but not for...
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, allegedly,
if you believe storyline.
Sometimes. I mean, boob jobs are not cheap.
No, they're not.
But, yeah. That's good to know. I mean, so that means that for Elise, there's no real timeline to when she might face deportation or what else she's going to do. So
correct.
That's good. That's good information to have.
Yeah, so while that's pending, she doesn't have a final deportation order. She's just doing her normal stuff, and she can find somebody else to sponsor her in the meantime. So let's go to Katrinas Court. This week, my rant goes to the producers. So everything this week on Happily Ever After was so staged and fake acted, like badly. So here's an example. At Angela and Michael's wedding, at their wedding, friend JoJo was all genuine, saying she felt that they really loved each other. And it was so pretty and sweet and all of these sweet things about their wedding. And then the next day, while they're out eating, she pulls this whole, are you in it for the green card? Are you going to bail after 2 years? Like, thing, right? And they have that whole conversation. Now, look, if she genuinely thought that they were in love, as she expressed at the wedding the day before, why is she now suddenly concerned that he doesn't actually love her? Oh, is it because production told you to have this conversation? Like, okay, so that didn't make sense. It was like out of order. It didn't make any sense. Also, for the Kalani and Asuelu storyline, we go on for weeks and weeks where Asuelu is acting like this juvenile asshole in between his mom and sister and Kalani about this whole issue with the money. And then suddenly, after one therapy session, he grows some balls and is now firmly supporting his wife and kids and standing up to his mom. And mom suddenly backs down and is all like, yeah, okay, you're right, after weeks of demanding money. No, it's production with this whole storyline and then wrapping it up nicely with a bow at the end. Do better, producers. I'm done.
Are you, though?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm still going to watch. And you know what? I just sentenced you to 7 years of bad luck. I don't have anything for you this time.
He's like, I sentence you to... What else can we sentence them to?
Yeah,
Tell all
see?
leaks.
The tell-all leaking. There you go.
Sentence them to more tell-all leaks.
More tell-all leaks. Okay. And producers, production, TLC, Sharp, Discovery, all of you guys, I sentence you to another tell-all leak.
Well, I hope we get another tell-all leak because that actually was very interesting, and it hasn't been very interesting in the social world. Mm-hmm. But going to our social media roundup, I'm going to start with one image that was circulating around Instagram, and that was Devin and her new boyfriend. The boyfriend actually posted like sexy snippets of them on Instagram, and I'm wondering.
But he's not in it for the attention. He's very private and doesn't want attention.
No, of course not. But I'm smelling an OnlyFans collab,
or a sex tape leaking.
Ew, no, just do OnlyFans. Have people pay for it.
I mean, she already has the OnlyFans, so
yeah, which means he can jump on. We saw it with Eric and her boyfriend. They're doing like a joint OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. She might get more subscribers if there's some more action in there.
Right.
Next on my list is Darcy hit 1 million followers yesterday, which actually surprised me because I thought Darcy would probably hit 1 million before the rest of them. But I think the first one was Paula. And then the second one was
Paola.
And then the next one was Lauren. So, I mean, those two had been on longer than Darcy, technically. So I can see that their momentum kind of started beforehand. But
it's Darcy.
But it's Darcy. I thought she would have hit 1 million, super quick.
Right.
Next, we have Larissa. I know we've been talking about her a lot. But she posted that she was going to do a cam session as a cam girl, which I think for me that took me out of left field.
Yes.
I was expecting just an OnlyFans drop, and she actually did a cam session for a couple hours. She got a lot of tips. I think someone said she made about $700 in a couple hours. The reception was a little mixed. She had about 50% downvotes, so I'm not quite sure what that means in the cam girl world, but she definitely did show off her newly crafted breast.
Well, she's got to get that return on investment now.
She has to pay Eric back, okay?
Yes.
So how is she going to do that if she's keeping him hidden, right?
Yeah, we expected the, like you said, the OnlyFans launch, but she jumped straight to cam girl and she was rubbing herself in oil and this whole thing, and it was whoa, okay, that just came out of nowhere.
Right, which makes me wonder if her, I don't know if I would say her sponsors or managers kind of got her the gig with it, because she had the cam girl, whatever, it was called Cam Soda. She had their apparel, bathing suits, so maybe that's the starter kit. I don't know. But she definitely did start an OnlyFans, though. It's $25 for your monthly subscription if you want to see anything. And anyone knows I do reviews and says, are you going to see something? And in this case, yes. Yes, you are. If that's your goal, go get your $25 worth.
Excellent.
Moving on to more Instagram announcements. Veronica of Tim and Veronica on Pillow Talk just got her blue check, so congrats.
Yay.
I know
that means she's verified, official.
She is verified on Instagram, and so no one can try to impersonate her, which I don't think anyone was, but...
No, it gives her a little bit of protection, though, so that's nice. Yeah.
Those are always nice to get, so it's nice, you'll see at different rates, you're seeing the cast get their blue checks. And I know some people asked, they actually have a social media manager within the Sharp Entertainment to help them get their blue checks.
Correct.
And I think it depends on how hard that person is pushing for the person to get a blue check is when they'll get it. So sometimes you'll see people pop up first, and then, it doesn't have anything to do with their popularity. It's just how hard
it's not follower count. Yeah.
It's not follower count. It has nothing to do with how many likes you get. It's all about who you are and the risk of someone else taking your identity, and some other Instagram tidbits that they're not going to share because it has to remain a mystery. But yes, that is all I have for social media roundup today.
Excellent. And now, let's go into the Thunderdome.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
2 men enter, 1 man leave. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
The Thunderdome.
And here to help us out again as moderator is Hetero Life Mate.
What's going on, ladies? Good to talk to you again. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it. I
Always
must have
a
not done
pleasure.
too bad a job last time then.
No, not
Well, we
too
also
terrible.
don't have any other choice.
Right. Options are limited. Sure. No problem. All right. So last week we asked you, would you rather be a corrupt police officer in Moldova or a alleged slumlord in Florida? And Katrina was arguing on behalf of the slumlord gig. Hanekawa was arguing on behalf of the corrupt police officer. We asked you to let us know who made the better argument via Instagram on @fraudedbytlc, and you responded. 63% of you think that Katrina's argument that she would rather be an alleged slumlord in Florida agreed with her and thought that she made the better argument. So congratulations.
Excellent.
And
They don't
Hanekawa,
like that peasant food. All right, fine.
yeah, well, you were second place, so it's it's not a total loss.
Second
Okay.
place is the first loser.
Hey, be nice. Be nice. All right. So that was last week. This week, what was my verdict? Hanekawa, once you started talking food, I was listening. So I may have to split the difference here and go with Hanekawa on that one. Yeah. All right. So this week, the topic is, should TLC stop airing cast with criminal and domestic violence charges in their background? It's a very simple question. Should TLC avoid using cast members that have a criminal past, especially with domestic violence, but generally any sort of criminal past? So that is the argument, and we're going to start with opening statements, and we will begin this week with Hanekawa.
Hi, thank you. So I am arguing on the side that TLC needs to stop putting cast members on that have serious criminal histories. And that goes with domestic violence charges too. We've seen kind of recently in the past few seasons, they've put cast members on there that had some issues with their past, but I think we have a couple that kind of stood out, one being Jeffrey, and then now we're kind of dealing with Paul. I feel like they need to vet these people a little bit more before they give them a platform. I don't think that there's a thought about the possible victims. I don't think there's a thought about how it looks for the program or the show itself, and it kind of distracts in social media. It's the first thing you see. People are nosy, they're going to dig in, they're going to post things, and automatically that distracts from the show. And then we have people who don't want to talk about it on podcasts because it's a sensitive issue, and it doesn't allow us to enjoy the show. So my position is that they need to vet them better, and they need to keep people off the show that would benefit of a platform that have serious criminal histories.
All right, solid argument there. Katrina, it is now your turn to argue for criminals being allowed on television.
Okay, so I am arguing the position that TLC is just entertainment and that each case is different. And it really depends on the crime and situation. Not every crime is created equal, and not every allegation is created equal. So you get somebody like Jeffrey, who had allegations against him at the time they put him on the show. And TLC made the decision to keep airing him on the show, even once his allegations came to light. Now, the thing with Jeffrey is his situation was, his allegations were extremely serious. And if true, they would be like, that's a really bad thing. But at the time that they aired him, they were just allegations. He hadn't been convicted of anything. And in that regard, I can see why TLC made the decision that they did. Other situations may be different, but with like Larissa, with Paul, with what's his name, the guy that looks like a foot, Josh and Ika from a number of seasons ago. He had some criminal history. Each person and each case is different, and TLC needs to look at each individual situation before making a decision on airing them.
All right. Thank you very much, Katrina. If you'd like to hear the rest of this debate, head on over to the Fraudcast Patreon, sign up so you can listen to the Fraudcast Extended Edition. It'll feature this entire debate, additional bonus content. There's a lot of good stuff up there. You can check it out at patreon.com/thefraudcast. That's patreon.com/thefraudcast. Can I do it? Can I do it? This has been
The Thunderdome.
Thank you.
And I am Katrina. I am Frauded by TLC on Instagram, or you can find me at Just Frauded on Instagram. And that's all my personal non-90 day related stuff. And if you want to join us on Patreon, we would love to have you as a member of our Fraudience. I want to say hello and thank you to our most recent members of our Fraudience, Abby, Catherine, Karen, Lisa, and Beth. Thank you guys for joining us over on the Patreon. We got a lot of good content over there. Some 90-day related, some not 90-day related. Lots of good stories and chatting. And we have an awesome interview coming your way this week that I can't wait for you guys to hear. And yeah, so thank you, and please join us over there.
All right, and if you want to find me, it's at 90 Day Fiance Today on Instagram. I also have a YouTube, which is High Functioning Millennial. And if you'd like to join me in playing some games in the evening, you can follow me on Twitch at Livy Draven. We'll have that posted in the show notes.
Awesome. And that is our show for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. And while you're doing that, please leave us a 5-star review and rating. That would be really appreciated. Those reviews really do help the show. And until next week, we are the Fraudcast, and we're dumpster diving so you don't have to.